Hi there and welcome to The History Teacher. This revision video covers early Elizabethan England 1558 to 1588 of the GCSE Edexcel History 9-1 course. Hopefully you'll also find it useful though, even if you're studying any of the other exam boards or even if, like me, you just love history. Hi there guys, so I've already mentioned the role of Sir Francis Walsingham in exposing the Throckmorton and Babington plots, so I want to have a look at who he was, what he did and why he's important. Sir Francis Walsingham was educated at Cambridge and trained as a lawyer at Gray's Inn in London. He also travelled widely in Europe, he was a devout Protestant and wanted to see the Protestant nations of Europe allied. He became a Privy Councillor in Elizabeth's government and quickly became one of Elizabeth's chief advisors due to his knowledge and understanding of intelligence and security issues. He developed a network of spies in England whose job was to identify and reveal plots against Elizabeth. He used two main types of informers. Some were trained agents who were paid a wage by the government, but the vast majority were just paid informants. These people were well placed to observe the actions of potential plotters. They were usually friends, servants, or tenants of suspected people, but in some cases they were Catholic priests who exchanged information for a pardon. He placed these spies and informants in every single town in England. He was also the first in England to employ clever people such as Thomas Phillips, who could decode ciphers. These were codes that plotters sometimes used to hide information about the plots in seemingly ordinary letters. It also meant that Walsingham could send and receive sensitive information using his own codes. Walsingham also used agents provocateurs, literally means inciting agent, to encourage people to plot against Elizabeth, allowing Walsingham to gather evidence and arrest them. Today this would be considered entrapment and would not allow the police to convict someone, but Walsingham used this tactic in the Babington plot. He sent his agent, Gilbert Gifford, to encourage the Babington plotters and Mary Queen of Scots, and this ultimately led to Mary's involvement and her execution. So even though he'd built up this network of informers and spies, arguably the forerunner of today's MI5, he still used torture and execution to gain evidence against Elizabeth's enemies. However, I should say that he only used torture in the most serious cases, because he was worried that by torturing people it would create sympathy in the ordinary people. In total, 130 priests and 60 Catholic supporters were tortured and executed. So clearly, Walsingham is an important person in Elizabethan England. His intelligence uncovered the Throckmorton and Babington plots, protecting Elizabeth. He revealed the plots of Mary Queen of Scots, which meant that Elizabeth was eventually forced to order her execution. His reputation also deterred against plotting against Elizabeth. So that's it for now. Remember, Walsingham's importance is something that could come up as a question in your exam. So an example of what that might look like is a 4-mark give 2 features of Walsingham's spy network. Hopefully you can pick out 2 key things from today's video. Please send your answers to your own history teacher to mark. You will make them very happy. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you next time.